Hello, Kaleidoscope. I'm Louie. Welcome to another one of our behind the scenes showcases. For today, we will feature Homer's Living Arts Museum. Now, just to give you some context, before the pandemic, DP used to have this tradition of piecing together a series of monologues framed from the perspective of living artifacts in a museum. These objects play significant roles in the stories of a chosen literary author. Hence, the museum strives to enlighten youth on their works, especially those that shape history. This year, our chosen author happens to be Homer, the renowned Greek author of the Iliad and the Odyssey. But the catch is that it comes with a feminist twist. So, our goal this time was to mold empowered advocates who understand the significance of fighting against gender inequality, especially in a world where women continue to suffer from unrealistic standards and scarce opportunities.
The artifacts of the museum are the characters you see performing on stage. They tell the stories of various fabled women in their perspective, and in turn shed light on the injustice and secrets buried under layers of stories told by men. These artifacts include the golden apple of Eris from the story of the Trojan War, the golden fleece from the story of Jason and the Argonauts, the thread from Theseus and the Labyrinth, Pandora's box, the laurel tree from Apollo and Daphne's tale. Of course, all museums and artifacts must have a guide, which is where our sixth character, Medusa, comes in. She's the only character that isn't an inanimate object and serves as a guide for the audience to navigate the twists and turns of Homer's Living Arts Museum.
Okay, do you want to tell us your idea for Kaleidoscope?
Okay.
You can introduce yourself, by the way.
Okay, hi. No.
Kaya mo yan.
So, Hillary and Suresh, the idea for the titles is to emphasize the fact that it's
A jar.
well, yes, that's one of the major aspects. Emphasize that it's a jar, but also to emphasize the fact that with the makeup, which has not yet been done, with the makeup is to emphasize the fact that what was inside the pipets was kind of like acts like more of a scar now than it was before, and that there's still an innocence to the pipers. In retrospect, the pipers didn't really do anything wrong, so it's just to emphasize the conflict between the two conflicting parts that there were in the pipers.
Good. That's interesting. Hello, so I'm Louie, the writer.
And I'm Moira, a co-director.
And we are both the directors of The Apple of Eris. Give a brief description of your character.
The apple, she's an Orphic being, so huge, confident, and controlling. She's the beauty of golden sunrises with the essence of the night.
Yes, and the apple is very boastful. She's very proud of herself. She knows what beauty is, and she knows how to get what she wants, and also knows what exactly it is she wants. So, what was your inspiration when you were creating the script?
For me, I wanted to, in a way, embody intimidation or like pride, because the apple is very proud of herself. She knows what she's doing, she has the command, she has the control, and everything there is kind of calculated. She's kind of like a commander in a battlefield, and she knows how to achieve that victory that she so desires.
Okay, last question. How did you and your actors humanize the objects while retaining its attributes?
By allowing the character to feel through human nature, we thought of it as a matter of dedicating a human body to the character to be able to relate and express a story she's dying to be known and heard, utilizing and maximizing the infinite emotions of humanity, but keeping the soul and the nature of an apple present by emphasizing that through body language. I believe that to humanize is just a simpler way of saying to make our audiences.
Hi, I'm Rihanna Theresa Stasha, and I'm the writer and director for The Curse of Medusa.
Alright, can you give a brief description of your character?
Well, we all know the famous tale of Medusa. She was a beautiful priestess who was transformed into a gorgon upon the curse of the goddess Athena.
What was your inspiration in creating the script?
I'm not sure if this is okay to say, but upon creating the script for this monologue, I was really interested in Maria Clara Ibarra from GMA's teleserye. And there's this particular scene at the start of the show where we see Maria Clara mourning the loss of her innocence up at the bell tower. And that's the exact emotion I wanted to portray in this monologue. Mourning, grief, and female rage without shame.
How did you and your actors humanize the objects while retaining its attributes?
It's important to note that Medusa was not just an artifact in this museum. She was an actual person. And it was important to humanize her through the use of strong emotions in the monologue. Because people have reduced her to this seductive creature who doesn't have a heart. And it was crucial for me as a director and a writer to take this opportunity to show that she is much more than that.
Introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Nisha Suarez, and I am the writer of Pandora's Files.
And I am Sam Sulit, and I am the director for Pandora's Files.
Give a brief description of your character.
Well, my character feels very conflicted about the predicament that she's in. She seeks freedom and a release from all of the evils that dwell inside her, yet at the same time, she has grown a sense of sympathy for the humans outside of the world. And while I was writing Pandora, I really wanted to show how there was a dichotomy between wanting freedom for herself, yet feeling concerned about the livelihoods of others.
Okay, so what was your inspiration when you were creating the script?
I really just tried to wait lang. This is not the real thing. I tried to tap into the character and emotions of someone who felt trapped and felt like they were carrying a burden. I tried to tap into the character and the emotion of someone who felt like she was trapped, someone who was cornered and felt like she had a lot of burdens to carry. And that was what I applied when I was writing the script.
How did you and your actors humanize the objects while retaining its attributes?
I think that the main thing about this production as a whole, actually, it's a very interesting thing to see how we bring these inanimate objects to life. That being said, I think the main thing is, of course, the costumes, the sets, everything is taken into account. But at the same time, in the gestures of the actors, in their body language, and the way that the story is told in both their voice and their body.
Hello, I'm Ash Reyes. I'm the writer and director for Ariadne's Thread. Okay, give a brief description of your character. So, the thread is a part of the Greek hero Theseus' story in slaying the Minotaur. It was a gift from Ariadne, his lover, who tried to help him even though she risked her life doing so. What happens to the thread is that, like Ariadne, it gets abandoned right after helping Theseus. That no matter how much either of them gave to support Theseus, he abandons them anyway. I'm trying to tell with my story that declarations of love and acts of sacrifice don't guarantee loyalty. The thread grapples with having been blinded by love so much that it was unable to recover when it ultimately lost that love. Here, the theme is that we must be careful not to lose ourselves in love and give too much without leaving any to ourselves. Okay, what was your inspiration? I looked into other tragedies of love like Orpheus and Eurydice and Romeo and Juliet because I wanted to show that almost foolish love and love that makes people do things they might regret. Okay, how did you and your actors humanize the objects?
The thread at the point of the monologue has been alone for hundreds of years and stuck in a maze, and it was betrayed by someone it really loved and cared about. So me and the actors put that together and imagined what a human would feel like to have gone through all of that. And when it comes to the physicality of the thread, it has to move like string, doesn't it? So the actors work hard to making it seem like there's string.
Hello, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Pia Mariano and I am the director of The Laurel Tree.
Give a brief description of your character.
Okay, so The Laurel Tree is basically a woman who met her demise because of a god chasing after her, and suddenly she became a laurel tree.
What's your inspiration for writing this script?
While I was reading the story behind the laurel tree and how Daphne, the woman, transformed into the tree that she is now and stuck in this inevitable form, Daphne feels like a strong, empowered woman, and she is from the story because she's willing, she's determined to fight for her values and her freedom. But when she met her demise, that did not stop her. After I read the laurel tree's origin, I kind of connected with Daphne because she's a strong, empowered woman based from what I've read. And after she has been transformed into this laurel tree, even though she feels really sad because of her demise and the demise of the form that she once was, she still has this spirit to keep on going and to keep on fighting for her values, even though she faced her inevitable demise. And
How did you and your actors humanize the object?
okay, so my actors technically embodied, like envisioned what Daphne would have gone through. So technically they envisioned like this kind of fear, this person chasing after them, this person obsessed over them, and they were able to keep that mobility and the spirit alive and this empowered woman spirit
Hello,
alive.
my name is Francesca Salazar, the writer and director of The Golden Fleece.
Give a brief description of your character.
The Golden Fleece, as the name suggests, is a golden fleece in both physical appearance and personality. It tells a tragic story, a story of how it lost its overall identity. Truly, the careless actions of others can ruin another.
Okay. What was your inspiration when creating the script?
During the writing process, I tried to personify the character using its physical attributes. I thought of what one's look and style may show about a person's personality. As the Golden Fleece has a golden, royal, and rich appearance, I imagined its personality to be the same. With that, I was able to give the artifact a personality that matches its material
Bit Proud Heads, Sydney, Slay.